There's no writing left. This show has no title anymore. So I've been doing a lot of baking recently. You can bake bread. This bread is old. I bought this from a shop. As is this bread. You can probably still eat this, but it's kind of an old bread. You know, an old stale bread. Anyway, so I normally make. I normally get some like white flour, and I'll put it in here. I'll like add yeast to it and warm water, some salt, sugar, use some flavorings. I like to add rosemary, garlic, a bit of thyme. Yeah, just make like a nice heavy bread. Some olive oil, add olive oil. But I actually recently acquired a carrier bag full of pasta shapes. These are pasta shapes. Now I'm not Italian, so I don't know how to cook these. What do you do? Do you cook them in the microwave? Do you fry them? I have no idea. I have no idea how to cook pasta. But I know that the pasta is basically. Just gonna go look at that. It is basically just wheat. It's just wheat. I've got a bowl here. You know, if you crush it up, not that one, but if you crush up the pasta, you just use your teeth. You know, you see that? You see those pasta shapes? If we get them really fine, I reckon they'll be chemically identical to flour, which is also made from wheat. Now, I don't have the original packaging, so I don't know what the consistency of this wheat is, where the wheat has grown. I have no concept of that whatsoever. But what I do have is a... Look this shit. We've got a coffee grinder here. Now, I've stopped drinking coffee, but yeah, it's got some mouldy shit in there, but it's fine. But what we can do, we'll plug this in. And you just put the lid on, and you see, you put the lid on, and as you can see, it spins around whatever's inside, which I believe is just breadcrumbs. So we'll empty this out, we'll put the pasta shapes in here, and the idea is we're going to get a pasta flour, which I can then yeastify and leaven and make hopefully a leavened bread out of the pasta shapes in this bag. So yeah, we'll just do that. So now I've filled one of these with pasta. This is just to test it, see if we get it going good. As you can tell, it's very loud. But I'm hoping by grinding this down to a very fine consistency, we will get something akin to flour. Now, this will be useful if there's an actual flour shortage like there was earlier in the year. Earlier in the year, due to the pandemic, there was actually an issue with flour. It wasn't that they weren't able to mill enough flour. There was still plenty enough flour to be milled, but the problem is they couldn't actually physically put it in bags small enough, like fast enough to meet demand. Luckily, we don't really seem to have that problem anymore, at least I don't think so. I've been able to get flour. I mean, I buy like one bag of flour a year, if anything, so it's fine. But let's say I did run out of flour. This would be a good solution. I'm just opening it now. It is a powder. That is quite floury. It's a bit too coarse to make bread, maybe. But if you start if you soak that, add some yeast, let it kind of leaven up. I reckon we'll get a good amount. So I'm just going to pour this in here, if you'll let me. There we go. So yeah, I'll do that like 10 more times, and we'll see what kind of a yield we get from this. So I'll see when I've done all those things I just said. This is probably done now. I've got, as you can see, I've kind of filled the bowl up with this. It's like sand. I think this is how sand is actually made, like beach sand. There's a lot of smoky, steamy stuff coming off of this. So just gonna pour that in there. That's one thing. It's actually cleaned out the coffee grinder quite good. So I could actually probably make coffee in that again. Yeah, it's like it's a mixture of like very coarse particles and then very just sort of sandy particles. Like, yeah, almost. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but like little particles that keep going into the air. But regardless of that, there's probably enough here to get like a small loaf of bread. We're gonna add yeast to it. I could sift it, but I'm not going to because I don't care. But we have here a little glass of water, and we're gonna add into that just some boiling water, because I want this to get to about blood temperature. That's about blood temperature, I'd say. And I have a little packet of yeast here. I'm gonna pour in here. You got to pour the yeast. I normally start the yeast off in water. Just to begin with, just to get. That's probably way too much yeast, but stick that in there. You get a Chinese chopstick. And you do that. I like to get the temperature to blood temperature first, because if you add boiling water to yeast and then add regular water, it'll just kill it basically. So I just do that, and I'm just going to leave that for a few minutes just to do its thing. And I also have in here, this is a proprietary mixture of sugar and salt. I'm not going to say how much of each. That's a secret recipe. And I'm going to add some olive oil as well. I like to add olive oil to bread. I like it makes it Italian flavoured. It's Italian olive oil. I think it's from Italy. Is this from Italy? Dublin. It's made in Dublin. It's Irish olive oil. So I'm gonna, I'll see when I add all this stuff to the thingy and we start the leavening process. One thing we will do actually is we're gonna add some Italian flavourings. So we've got some dried basil, some oregano. We're going to add some garlic. This is kind of like stuck to the bottom. We're going to throw this. We're going to add some garlic. That'll do. So this is to be Italian flavoured. So this is how you make things taste Italian. You add those three ingredients, and sugar and salt, and the mixture. You get a spoon. Get out your chopstick. Get a spoon, and we're just going to mix it. I'm just going to see what kind of consistency we get. We might need to add more water. We might need to. I don't want to overhydrate it because I don't really have any more flour that I can add. I could make a bit more. I have a tiny bit of pasta left in that bag, but really I want this to just kind of hydrate with what's left in here. So give this a few minutes. It actually smells quite nice. The aromas coming from this are very, very pleasant. It's very, very herby. So I'll be back soon when all this has been nicely stirred and hopefully homogenized into just a big Italian flavoured mass. So yeah, I'll see you then. Oh no, where's it gone? There it is. So I've been like moulding this into just the shape, and it's actually come together quite well. I've just been like kneading it with one hand. You can definitely tell there's like a difference between the different grains, and you can tell it's sort of more grains are more coarse than the others, but it's kind of come together into a dough. It smells fantastic. It smells like an Italian, man. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let this sort of sit for a while. Actually, no. You know what I'll do? I like to make sort of mini focaccia breads. So that's what I like to do. So I'm going to separate these out. I'm going to put each one into like an olive oil lined. I'll just do I'll just do it now actually. So I have some of these. So I'm going to put olive oil into these little plastic containers, and then we'll sort of put the thingy in there, and then it'll be really good. So now it's a bit of olive oil, a bit in each one. Too much olive oil, but whatever. You just need to get it nicely coated on both, on the bottom of both. Get around the sides if you can. Then I'm just going to stick that in there, and I'm going to kind of mould it to the sides. It's probably too small actually, probably not enough dough for this, but the idea is it'll puff up, and we'll have it'll puff up and it'll be taller. That's the idea. So this is a lot easier with actual bread, with actual bread dough. With me making from flour, actually it's quite well then. But yeah, as you can see, what I've attempted to do here, I've like smushed it to the bottom. It's got a bit of olive oil on the bottom, so when it comes to the time to actually take it out, it'll be quite easy. So I'll do the same with that one. As you can see, you create these little holes, and they will be sort of divots for the olive oil. So pour some more in there. There you go, and you have like very greasy olive oily bread. But the whole idea is, theoretically, this should rise with the with the yeast. The yeast should make it rise. So I'm going to leave it for about an hour, and we're going to see what it does. So I'll see you then. There's little bubbles, and yeah, little bubbles of olive oil. It's been about an hour. It's been 1 hour. Not sure if this is puffing up. It's like it's carbonating, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be rising. So I'm just going to bake it. There we go. So we've got this. I'm going to bake it. It's very firm. Very firm. I reckon it'd be more like a biscuit than like a cookie kind of thing than a bread. But we'll see. I'm going to leave this other one just to prove for however long. See if it does anything. But yeah, we'll just. You don't need to see that. We're going to put this in here for like 40 minutes and see what happens. Well, this is done probably. Ugh. Ow. Okay. Look at the bottom. It falls apart. Maybe I should let it rest. I'm going to let this rest. I'm making it worse. Do that. And then just leave it. So it's still boiling hot. But we're going to make a sandwich out of this bread. So first test is will it slice, and it won't. I mean, just picking it up, it crumbled apart. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to smush it down a bit more. I'm gonna chop this bit in half, like so. Hope you can see that. And I've got some ingredients here. You know what? Because it's still warm, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. We'll figure it out later. Because it's still warm, I'm going to add some cheese slices. I'm going to make a little ham and cheese sandwich. So it melts like. I've also got a bit of ham here, a bit of fresh ham. I was thinking maybe mayonnaise. Oh god! And then I got some pickles here, little pickles. We'll just, and it's open. We'll just. It's got a little thingy to take the thingy out. I can't really do it one-handed. Hold on. There we go. That's done it. We got one, two of these little pickles. I'm gonna get the big pickles, but say I got little ones. Be different. Apparently they're honey flavored, but I have no idea. They don't taste honey flavored. They taste like pickles, little pickled gherkins. Anyway, got some ham. Add what I need. What else? What else can I add? I know, more mayonnaise. Yeah, that's good. So, assemble the sandwich like so, and cut it in half. And know it sells some delicious. That'll do. So that's the King of Sweden. He'll eat it probably. Alright, let's do the taste test. This is the taste test of my homemade Italian style pasta bread with ham and cheese and mayonnaise. Let's give it a go. Tastes alright. One of the problems is the density of the bread. I'm thinking if I make future iterations of this concept, I might have to start sifting the flour because it's so dense. And that's part of the problem. I think that's why it didn't rise properly, is because it's just so dense. It's just like fried dough or something. Like, I mean, it tastes fine. It just tastes like very dense dough. Like you've just got a little slice of bread and you've just smashed it into a singularity. That's kind of what it tastes like. Anyway, I'm pleased with it. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. No, 5 out of 10 because it's average. It's average. It meets my expectations. If I was serve this at a restaurant, I'd think, well, this is like average edible food. Like it's no more, it's no less. If it's a 10, it'll be like some unachievable, incredible thing. Like nothing could be better than that. So it's not going to get a 10. It's going to get a 5. It's not bad. It's okay. Pasta bread gets a 5 out of 10. It's been just about 24 hours. I've just left this out. Left it on my table thing to kitchen counter. It's gone from like a fresh, bready, yeasty kind of smell to just an old wine smell. It actually kind of smells like old white wine, sort of like an Italian white wine, you could say. Anyway, I've got this thing. Got that there. Similar kind of. Oh god, it's breaking up already. Yeah, it's just by touch. The last one, the one from yesterday, I think maybe it was like more freshly hydrated. It actually kind of worked a bit better. But as you can tell, this hasn't rised at all. There's been no risening going on. It's literally just like a dough. Stop talking. Put this in the oven. Okay, put this in here. 30 minutes, 25 minutes, let's say. 25 minutes just to bake it, and we'll see what it's like. I hear you. Alright, so I think this is done. Oh, it's done something alright. Yeah. Look at that. Got, it's definitely, it's done something. I'm gonna let this cool before I do anything else. It's cold. So we're gonna get the bread. This is gonna fall apart, isn't it? Oh no, it's okay. We'll just put it in the bread bowl. Now, move it over here to the bread. That's happened. The bread eating. It's good lighting at the moment. There's the actual sunlight. Actual sunlight. I haven't seen the sun in weeks. Actual sunlight. So we're just gonna get a bit of a mayo for dipping because this bread's very dry. Yeah. And we'll just see. Just dip a bit off. See if this the aging process actually improves it at all. And actually, surprisingly, it doesn't. It just tastes sour, as if you've ground up pasta and left it in a yeasty mixture for about 24 hours. I don't know if it holds together better or worse. I think cooling it, you have to let it cool. The one from yesterday really had to be left for about half an hour. So I'll know that for next time. It's just got a sour aftertaste, which again, not sure if that's unpleasant. It's actually quite nice. Citrusy. It's like if you're short on lemons, just put some old pasta in a bowl with some yeast and leave it for 2 days, and it'll taste like lemons. So yeah, if you have any ideas for other things I could make into bread, don't tell me, please go. No, I actually leave a comment below if you do have any ideas, and I might just make it. I might not if it's a terrible idea, but if it's something I could feasibly do and you want to see it, then post below. I might make it. You never know. All right, bye.